Guys, welcome back to Rewatchers Council. Snark here, glad. Oh boy, am I glad that you guys tuned in today to watch this show. Special show, not because of the episode. Again, season 3, fantastic season, probably the best. Has a couple that are, a little near misses. This is what I would consider a near miss. Still, lots of fun stuff, but guys, there's so much stuff. So much stuff ahead that's so fun. Speaking of fun, today we're going to be joined by someone who I dare say helped create the show that you're watching right now. Someone who had to take some time away. He, for legal reasons, we're not allowed to say where he went. We could say that, he was on special assignment for the Rewatchers Council. We could say that, he's a busy man. When it comes to things in the real world, we could say that perhaps he spent a little time in a Cambodian prison. One of these things, probably not the truth. But what is the truth? As we have Ferrismouth on back here.
Let's go.
On Rewatchers Council. It's about time. It's about time.
Know what it is. You know what it is. Time
I'm
out, Rob.
waiting. I've been waiting. That's right.
I'ma need a day off. I think I called Ferris up.
You know what it is.
No, I get it.
I'm back, baby. I'm back, baby. I promised Adelia I'll catch up on the Buffy, and you know what? I did it. I did it in less than a week. In your face, Adelia.
Is this more out of spite than anything else?
A little bit.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Yeah, she challenged me.
More than pure enjoyment.
Yes.
It just shows you. It just shows you what anger can do to a man.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Well, this is the episode to come back on then for sure. Okay, enough chit chatting because you know we're gonna chit chat, and this is gonna turn into a supersized episode if we don't get down to business here first.
Yeah, me and you usually go.
For goodness sakes! All right, now this particular episode probably filmed long before. I'm sure they didn't do it live to tape. It was aired October 20th, 1998. We're right in that groove now of celebrating an anniversary every time we're doing a show here on the Rewatchers Council. Mm-hmm. Written by Marty Noxon. Maybe like the last one she wrote was probably the poorest of the season. This one is better, but not much better. And James A. Conner seems to be her director of choice, Ferris.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know what you're thinking. What was the #1 movie in America October 20th, 1998? Well, I'm about to tell you. I'm sure that Adelia is a little upset that she's not here for this one. #1 movie, Ferris, Practical Magic.
Ooh. Why do I know that?
Oh, that's the witch movie with I believe, isn't it Nicole Kidman? Maybe a little Sandy. Sandy might have been in that one as well.
Sandy.
Yeah.
John?
Yeah, it's Olivia Newton-John.
Okay.
The #1 song in America. And this is our gift to you guys. Canada's gift to America here. Just for you. 1 Week by the Bare Naked Ladies was the #1 song in America.
Oh.
The Chickadee China, the Chinese Chicken, whatever it is. That's what that
song. That's what that song's title's name. It's called the 1 Weekend.
It's 1 week, yeah.
One week by the Bare Naked Ladies.
I'm pretty sure they say it quite often. 1 week since you looked at me, blah 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 blah.
No, but all I remembered is like
the Chinese chicken.
The Chinese chicken. That's all I know.
I believe that's all that Noel Gallagher ever remembered of it too. When he would say, "Is that the Chinese chicken song?" It's like, yeah. The #1 song in the UK, sung by someone who, in the near future, would become the rebooted Doctor Who's first companion, Rose. The song's called "Girlfriend" by Billy Piper, and I tell you this, Ferris, it was awful. Bubblegum awful.
Wait, so Rose was Billy Piper?
Yeah.
It's a woman?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is there many men named Rose? I guess there could be. I don't know.
I'm talking about Billy Piper. That's the thing that threw me off.
Oh, Billy Piper. Yeah.
Billy. I think of a dude.
Oh my goodness gracious! It's in anybody's name.
Yeah, I guess so.
Anybody's name, I suppose.
Didn't know Billy was unisex. Nice.
There you go. Oh, well, the number one song in Canada. Since we gave you guys the Bare Naked Ladies, you guys gave us the second, maybe the second most famous artist ever to come out of Buffalo, New York, the Goo Goo Dolls.
Wait,
a song called Slide.
Time out. If 1 Week by the Bare Naked Ladies was number one in our country, why didn't Canadians didn't like listening to that song?
Not at that time.
But
which skyrocketed. Well, it was on all the college. It was like it became huge through American college stations. I remember that. That's how it became so popular.
Interesting, because I feel like
the Bare Naked Ladies had a little a lull period in Canada as well, and then this is a song, of course, that came back, that brought them back and stuff like that. But yeah, it'll go to number one, I'm sure, but just wasn't this week.
Shout out to the Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah, this, of course, and if it wasn't for them, there'd be no theme song to that other show. Well, I can't even remember. I keep wanting to call it 30 Rock, but it's not that one. The one with all the nerds. Big Bang Theory. Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. Oh, that's them?
That's them.
Oh, that's where I know.
Just minus without the one guy, Stephen Page, wasn't in the band.
Okay, no, that's why I know. That's why when you said Bare Naked Ladies, I knew them, but I didn't know they were the Chinese chicken band. I knew them as that band. They're the Big Bang Theory theme song band.
There you go.
The Big Bang Theory. You know, I like that show.
I will not. There's a couple episodes I saw. It wasn't bad.
Oh, it was good until I found out one of the cast members is someone I don't like. But I digress.
Jeez. All right. Oh boy. Okay. You ready for a DVD synopsis here, Ferris?
Absolutely. Hit me.
You got your sunglasses on. You're ready. You're ready. It looks like you're ready. Here we go. Buffy's fear that Oz could have killed a student during a full moon is compounded when she runs into Angel, violent and feral.
Yes.
Ferris, during her nightly patrol. You could have been called feral.
I have been called feral.
I would imagine.
I've bitten somebody before.
I am unsurprised.
That's actually true. So yeah, I mean, can we start off how screw Angel, man. Screw him.
Yeah.
Screw him, bro.
Yeah, before we get right into it. So you missed a few episodes.
Yes,
what were some of your highs and lows?
Yo, that's how we became a demon again. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Yo, the way they did my homegirl Miss Calendar. Oh my god, bro. That was some sick stuff, Robert. The way he just snapped her neck. The way he snapped her neck like it was a toothpick.
It was for pleasure. It was for pleasure.
Oh my god, bro. That shit was insane, Rob. That was insane. And you know what, bro? And hearing the stories of what he did to sweet Drusilla before she became a psychopath. Oh my god. Oh, I feel so sorry for her, man. And you know what? I used to if you look at the descriptions of the show, you would know that Rob is the Buffy expert. He's the super fan. Adelia, she watched the show growing up. She's a fan. And me, I'm a newbie. I've never watched Buffy ever. I did watch Angel. That's what it throws Rob and Adelia off. Like, what? Ferris? It makes no sense. Nope. So I remember watching Angel and I'm like, oh my God, bro, Angel, man. Yo, I feel sorry for that guy. Yo, he had a bad life. I don't feel sorry for him. He's a sick monster. He should be spayed. He should be dead.
Jeez.
Like dead. Yeah, not undead.
Okay.
Oh my God, bro. He's I hate him. I hate him.
Well,
and he's back.
He's back. Maybe he'll end up changing your mind here first. Maybe there's a redemption for an unholy killing machine.
Maybe.
Maybe anybody can be redeemed if that's the case. Anyways, now this particular episode starts off a little passage from Call of the Wild.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Buffy narrating Call of the Wild is that's kind of unnatural as itself. You know that she would never read that book.
Absolutely not.
No,
I don't think she reads.
Oh, she'll read things, but
Yeah.
She does read some books in this episode. She even figured out how to use the card index and everything first, but we'll get to that. Anyways, it morphs into it's Willow actually reading the book. She's reading it, and he's had enough, guys. He's been here for 15, not even, he's been here for 10 minutes. Okay, anyways, Willow's reading the book, and she's reading it so that she can soothe Oz, who's it's that time of the month for Oz. He's locked up in his cage. She has a test to do, though. So in comes young Xander Harris. Tag in, relieve her of duties, as he would say if he was still the army guy. And she tells him, reading soothes the savage beast. She says, except trying to skip the parts about rabbits. I'm guessing that means that they think that Oz is cognitive of what they're actually saying and what they're actually reading to him, which, as wild an animal as he is at this point, I doubt it. I doubt he understands a single thing. It's more like more like a grizzly bear or something like that. Anyways, they have, of course, this exchange, this awkward exchange about the full Monties and half Monties and which half is the Monty that Willow's been checking out on Oz. And she says, "Oh, wouldn't you like to know?" I was like, I think he always wants to know these things. Xander is, they should have one of those squirt bottles for Xander, like you're a cat clawing the curtains or something. Like, come on, Xander, get with it. So he says he has no problem. He's gonna stay awake. He's had some coffee in him. He's got to read magazine. Read magazines, Ferris. Is that the way that you would possibly stay up all night, by reading a magazine? No. Be one of the worst things you can do. Yeah.
You got to drink coffee or do some drugs.
Yeah. So yeah, he's also, I'm gonna also do these run these stairs a whole bunch of times, no problem.
Another way of falling asleep.
Yeah, well, he just grabs that book that gives him a hard copy book of Call of the Wild, uses it as the pillow as he immediately falls asleep on a table. It's not even I don't even know she's left the library and he's already asleep. Mm-hmm. So cut to Buffy and her new BFF, Faith. Well, they're getting along anyways. That's something, right?
Yeah.
She eventually brings up Scott Hope, who we all met.
My boy Scott.
Oh boy. Last episode. We find out that Scott and her have gone on a couple of dates now. She's gone on a few dates. Ferris.
Yeah.
She's living that high school life.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Faith, of course, is a little more based than Buffy is. She asks about if he gives her that.
She's more what?
More base level. She doesn't try and color. She doesn't try and color things around. She just asks if he gives her that. Gives her that.
Based, like you was some like teenager, Rob. I was like, what?
No.
Does it based mean high?
No. No. Hi. So anyways, yes. Yes. Ask about that down low tickle, Ferris.
Yeah, you did. I barely should call it the down low tickle. That is crazy.
Yeah, Buffy is, she's an innocent girl for as much as she's done in the scene, because she's that she wants to know how low. Yeah. Exactly how low are we talking about here, Ferris? All right. She does like him though. Happy that he's not a hell beast, which is rare for her.
I'm happy for her too.
Yeah, that's good. Faith tells her though. Faith, going to rain on her parade a little bit. Tells her all men are beasts. We are going to be.
It's a valid point.
We are going to get hit over the head with that all episode, guys. All men are horrific beasts in this one. Anyways, for the next 40 minutes, this is what we're going to talk about. Faith says, no matter how sweet they are, they're all in it for the chase. I don't know. I don't get that part. If only just to set up the next part, which is a chase. Of course, a nameless guy we've never seen before get chased by a unseen thing, eventually grabbing them and dragging them off. Pretty scary stuff. Pretty
Yeah,
scary
man.
stuff first.
Yeah, man.
Anyways. Oh, and then this is the intros. So what do you think of the new intro, the new redone intro? I know you weren't a huge fan of the first couple seasons intro, but the new one has been redone. Big fan?
I wasn't really paying attention to the intro. Yeah, sorry. I kind of
Just
when the
there's
intro
that skip option. There's that skip option.
no. So there actually isn't a skip option on Hulu. I think
Oh, really?
they make you. I think there is, but I don't be using it. So every time the intro hits, I kind of like at the moment where like I check my phone, and then when I hear the dum dum, and then like it's like smooths out. That's when I
peek back up.
Yeah, that's when that's when it was like, time to watch the show. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the intro. I don't care for it.
How dare you? Anyways, okay, let's go on. So the next morning they bump in. They're at the library. Scott bumps into Buffy and Willow. Scott has a habit of bumping into them now. I was mentioning this in that last episode. For a guy that we never saw before ever, he sure ran into them an awful lot. Anyways,
Rob, that's actually that's a real world phenomenon where you don't recognize people in your life, right? And then when someone gets introduced to your life, even if you're never really you're not friends, you notice them everywhere where they are. So yeah. It's a real thing. It's a crazy thing, man.
I know it's the same thing about cars. I had a 98 Sunfire when it first came out, and I never heard of the car before. And then all of a sudden, I found out it's like the most popular car on the road, and I saw it every
exactly.
It
happens, man. The person thing, it happened to me. I didn't know this person existed, right? And then one day we took a class together, and then I saw her everywhere, like just poof, just started popping up everywhere. I'm like, yo, has she always been around? And people are like, oh yeah, man, of course, everyone knew about Miranda Ferris. How did you not know about Miranda? I'm like, shoot, I never saw Miranda.
He was waiting for the theme song to end. Like she always just popped on the theme song was on.
Exactly, man.
Whatever theme song that was.
Where's the theme song, dog?
You got that right. So Scott now has a couple of buddies. Ferris, you got Debbie, who he knows from Jazz Band, which would be awful. And she's played by.
Why Jazz Band's awful? Jazz Band's amazing.
Ugh.
I like jazz. You don't like jazz?
Oh no.
My high school was one of the best jazz programs in the country.
Did you have a marching jazz band? I did like Oz's explanation of that, where it's mostly about improvisation, and everyone just started wandering off.
Yeah, no. There's no marching jazz band makes no sense. It's an oxymoron.
Exactly. Okay, so Debbie is played by Danielle Weeks. She's a member of the Sunday Company at the Groundlings. First, on that.
What?
She was the Sunday Company at the Groundlings. I guess that's one of the bigger companies, I guess, for the Groundlings.
The Groundlings.
You know, it's an improv troupe. Very famous in Los Angeles.
Nah, sorry.
Again, and not Ferris famous, I guess, but yes. Now, she did also a couple of shows. She did Will and Grace. I don't know if you've heard about that.
Yeah.
How I Met Your Mother. She was on.
Oh yeah.
Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh yes.
And her boyfriend is named Pete. He's played by John Patrick White. Now, I don't think he's acting anymore. He did a couple other roles. He was in Galaxy Quest, which is fun. Party of Five, Married with Children.
Oh,
yeah. He's a bankruptcy lawyer now in LA. That's why I'm sure. I'm like, I don't know if he's acting anymore. Anyways, he's doing okay for himself. That's that bankruptcy lawyer's face, though.
Yeah.
Right here, it's like he has like one of the most, I hate to be that guy, but he has like one of those douchey 90s guys faces right now.
You know what?
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I see it. No, I
He's
absolutely
like,
see it.
oh, this guy
Yeah,
isn't gonna be great. You see this
absolutely.
guy's like, oh my god. Anyways, Scott tells him that he and Buffy are not the flowers yet because he's, P's pregnant with the flowers he gave her and stuff like that. Scott says they're not up to flowers. Buffy's like, no, we're not posy.
No, no,
We're not
no,
posy
no, no,
grade.
Rob. He said, no, we're not up to flowers.
Yeah,
Wait, are we up to flowers? Are we up to flowers?
right.
Should I go on the flowers? He
But
freaks out. He freaks out.
he gave her a ring before their first date, and not just a ring, like a Claudia ring, the same ring that Angel gives her.
Yeah.
He gives her before they've even had a date.
Yep. They're past flowers, bro.
Yeah,
They're
you're a
past
little
flowers.
past. You're a little past flowers. All right, Scott. Also, yeah, one good thing though, he doesn't talk like an old prospector this time. He talked like he was from like the 1920s or 1910s. The entire last episode, it was weird. Just a weird way of writing that character. I just thought it was odd. Anyways,
Bit.
Buffy has to go see the school counselor here, Ferris.
Marion Mosby
Mm.
or
Mr.
Phil Lewis.
Phil Lewis. Mr. Platt. He creeps Debbie out, he says. She says. She needs to go see him though because she's flunking bio. Oz has all the bio notes and stuff like that. Yeah. Willow says, yeah, you didn't have to, you aced the test because you showed up. Remember, supposedly he was terrible at doing the notes part. He was just good at writing the tests. I don't know what good these notes are going to do. Anyways.
Can we talk about Rob?
Yeah, we can.
How a great addition Seth Green's been.
It's been terrific.
He's been amazing. I can see
The
why
only,
people think this season's one of the best seasons. Shout out to Seth Green.
the only thing I ever have against Seth Green is he's a really poor air guitar player. Like when he has to act while playing the guitar, he sucks at it. He's terrible. Anyway,
Yeah.
everybody, okay, everybody splits off and stuff like that. They go their own ways. Xander and Giles now though are in the library, Ferris, because there's a little bit of a panic.
Yeah.
Willow and Oz arrive. Now Giles tells them not to panic. Oz says, poker isn't probably for you, kind of thing. And then you get a little bit of stammering. The Giles stammer in full effect here first.
Yes.
Tells them that
Yes,
a student was found murdered in the woods.
Yes. Yes.
School goes on, but
Mauled.
Yet another student murdered in the woods. This kid's name is Jeff Orkin. But Oz knew this guy. Poor Oz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely mauled. And it could be considered that Oz is at fault here first because Xander says, like, he's been ripped to shreds. It's very werewolf-looking kind of attack.
Mm-hmm.
Xander says, no way. He was here and he only nodded off a couple of times. Everything nice and secure. Except for, that window that's near the top of the ceiling there, for whatever reason, has half open.
Can we talk about how Giles hates Xander?
He's not a huge fan. He's not a huge fan of Xander.
You know what? I'm Team Giles on Xander. I would hate him too. I'm not going to lie to you. I would definitely hate this guy because if I was the Watcher, and my job is to protect the Slayer and everyone around it, Xander would make my job a living hell, and I would probably assault the kid. And
Xander, not 2 months before, maybe 2.5, saved that man's life.
That's also a good point.
Even though he knows that Giles doesn't like him, he's still there. He still goes into his vampire-filled room with a hell-sucking demon activated just to go get Giles. So
my favorite thing was
just trade-offs.
My favorite thing is that Giles said, "You're not real. You're not real." And Xander's like, "Would I be the one here to get you if it wasn't real?" He's like, "That's a good point. Let's get out of here."
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So Giles is yelling at him here, and that's an important point for later in this episode. Anyways, Oz is a little shaken up by this. Maybe understandably, if he was
Mhm.
thought there's could be at fault for murdering his
A
friend, and
friend.
you'd like to say in cold blood, but is it cold blooded? He can't do anything about it. Now, Buffy goes
Yep.
to the therapist's office or the counselor's office. Two things: A, he's having a smoke.
Window was open though.
Yes, but it's still in a school having a cigarette.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
know
like
what?
this isn't their break room or whatever you could do back then.
It's his
This is his
office.
actual, yeah, that's his office.
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants in his house. Hey man,
I
counselors.
disagree.
Well, okay, you know what? Fine, it's a valid point. But counselors they go
Maybe
through a lot, man.
maybe
So
he
it's probably
should have had a bottle of liquor with him. Whatever
so
you
so
like.
so drinking yourself to death. It's
No,
okay, but
no, you can't. No, neither one is good. I said, if you're smoking, why don't you have a bottle of liquor?
yeah.
You know
Well,
what
no,
I
if you're
mean?
smoking, you can also harm the students. But if you're drinking some liquor, you're only harming yourself.
Well, it depends.
Well, it
If you're a
depends if
violent,
if you're
what if you're a
driving.
violent drunk? If you're a violent drunk,
That's
who
a good
knows?
point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
That's why
know,
I'm scared to ever drink.
alcohol abuse hurts us all first.
Exactly, that's true.
Yeah. Anyways, also, why would he just have his back turned to a student? That's something that drives me nuts. How he has a dramatic turnaround and stuff like that.
Hey man,
But
he's
there's
Marion Mosby. What do we expect from here, man? Come on.
unbelievable. So now she lays some ground rules here for what she doesn't want to talk about. And this is
Mhm.
when he finally turns around. Yes, it is Phil Lewis. Let's see, City Slickers, of course. Heathers, you know what I mean? Kicking and Screaming, American Dad. He's been in so many things. You know that.
Crazy Hooch from Scrubs.
Yes.
Yeah.
He tells
Marion
her,
Mosby from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Sweet Life on Deck. He's TC from the Wayans Brothers.
yeah,
Yeah, man. He's a
the guy
legend.
gets the guy gets jobs. The guy
Yeah.
gets jobs. Now, she tells her she needs a professional like himself who will give her his honest opinion, not just a buddy. She has her own friends. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that
So,
was actually a great line though. That's great.
yeah,
When he's like, I don't want to be your friend. You already have friends.
yeah.
And that's wonderful that you have friends. I'm not gonna be your friend.
No.
That's a great line. That was a great line by him, man.
Yeah, but you shouldn't also base that with it. I'm definitely not going to try and be your enemy. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? He isn't out there just to, attack or anything like that. But
exactly.
he also tells her nobody is truly sane. Not
And
even
whoever
a,
tell yeah.
not even a pope. Like he pops his peas, and that's a kind of a. I'm not a big fan of that, but yeah, just the way he says pope just kind of drives me
Mhm,
bananas. Anyways, and also says that everyone has demons, Ferris. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Metaphorically. For some people. Less so for others, I guess. Anyways, she gets that part. He says demons can be fought and that she can change, which is good. He asks why she ran away. And then she gives the quick recap. She's gotten this down to being able to tell in 3 sentences
Mhm.
just exactly why she ran away. Relationship ended badly. Her and her mom fought, and she
Mhm.
freaked. Whatever. He wants to know about the guy, of course. She explains then all about Angel, without truly explaining. It's his first, and she loved him. But, afterwards he got mean, he says. So he asks if she didn't stop loving him, that there's no shame in it, but she'll need to go back to being herself and not love's dog. That one I didn't really understand the whole loves a dog thing. But anyways, and now she's back in the library, out of the counselor's chair. Oh, did you have a school counselor? I don't think I ever did.
We had multiple.
Oh my god.
We had a lot, like a lot
My
of school counselors.
my aunt was a school counselor, but yeah, I don't. At least if we ever
Well,
had a
well,
school
well,
counselor, I never saw it.
well, we had so this guy's not. He doesn't seem like an academic counselor. Is he an academic counselor?
I think so.
So yeah, so we had like academic counselors, and then we had college counselors, who had 2 different jobs, basically.
Two
Um,
jobs.
yeah, yeah, and then we had like emotional counselors at the health center. It was a lot. It was just we let's just say we had a lot of counselors.
We'll say
A
sounds like
lot.
you had a big school.
I did. My graduating class was 1,000 people.
Whoa, yeah, that's way. I think there's 2,000 people in my entire school,
It
and
was
I thought I
4,000.
thought I had a big school.
It was 4,000 kids in my
Four
school.
thousand. Oh my god, it's
Yeah.
like Sunnydale. Now
Yeah.
she's back in the library, and we get yet another example of why Cordelia Chase is the best character on the show here.
She's amazing.
Yeah. Buffy sees them all
Adelia was right.
Yeah.
I have fallen in love with her.
Yeah. Buffy walks in, sees they're all gloomy. All she says is, "I'm afraid to ask." Cordelia just says, "Oz ate someone last night." Yeah.
I love her so much.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
God.
best. The best.
I'm just angry that she fell in love with Xander because oh my god.
Well,
Just bad taste in men, that woman. Just bad taste in men.
Oh yes. Yep. Well, as Xander tries to compare Oz's perhaps attack last night, more like a cat playing with a mutilated toy.
Yeah.
Ferris. Oz suggests perhaps there's another werewolf, which is that's could be
A
correct
possibility,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
No one considered this.
Mhm.
You can't be the only werewolf in Sunnydale, you'd imagine. Then Giles suggests maybe it's even something else completely. You know what I mean? All this fine. Gang then splits up. Buffy says she's going to go patrol the woods. Willow, Xander, and Cordelia get to go to the morgue. Lucky them.
Mhm.
And Oz just goes into his cage after a dramatic, if short, walk away. Dramatic walk that he had to. It's cut a little short here, Ferris.
He's gonna do it, and then Willow had to remind him that Oz, it's almost 5:30.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, as a native Californian,
The sun does not set at 5:30.
5:30. That's like Winnipeg, and we are like in the Arctic Circle, just about.
No,
Yeah.
bro. It's like so. During the spring, it's like 7:30, but during like fall, it's like 6:30.
Yeah.
Now 5:30, like
Yeah,
5:30, the
unbelievable.
sun's still out. The sun is still out. You know, like
I think a lot of these people spend their time inside and stuff like that. Don't actually go out.
Yeah, this is what when Giles said that where's like I think later on in the episode he says, where's Oz? It's almost 5:30. Like, wait, what?
Yeah, bananas.
Like, this is not Manitoba. Like, what are we doing here?
3:30 in the afternoon and the dead of winter in Manitoba. Let's make it
Exactly.
dark. Yeah, no, it's almost 5:30. Oh boy. So Faith is going to come babysit. So this is not werewolf sit. This isn't making him feel very comfortable. That there's going to be a slayer.
Yeah, we're not overreacting. Let the slayer stay.
Did you notice that Oz and Willow basically have the same hair color in this episode?
Yeah, it's like red orangey, I think.
Yeah, it's odd. I thought it was odd that they had the exact same hair color. Oh,
I like it on Alice and Hannigan.
They only have to buy one bottle of stuff now, which is nice. Now, Buffy's in the woods. Something's looking at her here. Ferris, it's probably your favorite part. She sees it. She chases it. Gets run into by it, Ferris.
Yeah.
But now, at least we know it's a him. It's not an it. And it is wearing pants. Also, it looks exactly like Angel, Ferris.
Because it is Angel.
It's Angel. Sure, they fight again here. Angel still seems to be a little feral. You know what I mean? Not feral enough, to not have the dignity to at least put pants on. Protect his modesty. Yeah, I don't care how feral you get, Ferris. Put your pants on. Be a gentleman.
Yeah, you definitely put your pants on, man. You put your pants
dignity.
on. Okay.
Dignity. Anyways, Buffy manages to knock him out. It doesn't take him very long. At the morgue now, Willow's examining poor Jeff's ribbon shredded body. It doesn't actually seem so bad.
No.
But these have seen worse. No, she's very studious and mature, I would imagine, for someone using a Scooby-Doo lunchbox as their little med kit here. A little more Scooby Gang stuff hit over our heads.
Scooby
Xander.
Doo.
Yeah, there
What
you go.
are you?
Let's not get this, whatever. So, yes, Xander walks up. Not to, he wasn't ready to see, Jeff's.
A dead body.
I'm sure it wasn't Jeff's smiling face he saw.
Mhm.
It was Jeff's ripped apart
Heart,
face
yeah.
here. Cordelia, of course, also now she's going to be scarred for life. She says Willow's focused though. She's focused, finding clues to what attacked poor Jeff Workins, her fellow student.
Yes.
She finishes collecting some hairs, then finally faints.
Passes out.
Yeah, because what are you gonna do? Like
Yeah.
that would be disgusting. Yeah, I don't care. She's only 17 years old, guys. Buffy's now at the Crawford Street mansion, chaining up Angel. This is gonna work well. He starts coming to. She notices a burn mark on the cement in an angel shape, mind you, Ferris, right where she put her clotter ring.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be a coincidence anymore. You know what I mean? Go back to the library. Oz is now in his kennel. He's being a good dog.
Mm-hmm.
Faith rocking out to her Discman. And I saw that Discman and I was like, yay, Discman. Of course, I got a phone that has 10,000 something songs on it, but there's something just about having that old tech.
Ah, man.
Discman.
I grew up, I wanted a Discman. And then, the technology evolved.
We were what, six by the time the iPhone came out or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are a monster, sir.
Yeah.
You're the worst monster.
It's because I watched Everybody Hates Chris, and there's an
Yeah.
entire episode, dedicated to getting a Discman, and I was like, I want a Discman, but I don't want a Discman, and I don't want to get punched in the face for that Discman.
That's true. I think
something happened to somebody's
17.
face.
I think I was 17 when I got a Discman. Maybe 18. I think it was must have been 18.
Yeah.
It was Walkman. Although I still remember getting my first Walkman. Oh boy.
Oh no! I wanted a Walkman. I didn't want a Discman. I wanted a Walkman. That's what I wanted.
Like a tape player.
Yeah.
I was just thinking. Yeah, Everybody Hates Chris. Isn't that in the 70s and 80s? Anyways.
Yeah, it's based on Chris
Rock.
Rock's life. So yeah.
Yeah. Who's got to be older than me, mind you? So there you go. Yeah. Anyways, Buffy comes in. Of course, doesn't announce herself to Faith. Just taps her on the shoulder. So of course she's gonna get punched in the mouth. You know what I mean? What was she thinking?
Right in the face, man.
What was she thinking? She takes it like a champ, though.
She doesn't get mad at Faith either because she knows what it was her fault.
Yeah, she's like, ugh, how foolish of Buffy. Anyways, she tells Faith, you know what, you can get out of here. I'm up anyways. So Faith takes off. Now Buffy gets to researching. This is something that's rare, Ferris. It's a rare sighting of Buffy going through the index catalog. Of course, I don't know why, he would have books like The Myth of a Cathler or whatever in the index card book that any of the students could go and find. But what are you going to do? Sunnydale's a different place. It's a different place.
What do you think is in this library? Them weird books, man, like those weird books. How do you think he organizes these books?
Call of the Wild right up front. The other stuff in the back.
Exactly.
Whatever. And he keeps a whole bunch of stuff locked up in a jail cell in the library of his school. Anyway.
Yeah, like, does no one notice how there's a jail cell in that library?
Yeah.
What do they think?
They've thrown other students in it. They have thrown students in it. It's unbelievable. Now, next morning, Giles is coming into work. Well, why does Giles get to go home all the time? And the students, have to take the time to stay at the library all night on school nights. Ridiculous.
How did she not get caught by the evening staff?
Yeah,
she was asleep on a chair.
Yeah, they just don't want to bother the library. They heard about things that go on there. Maybe it's just a thing. It's like, just don't bother with the library. Now, this is what we're gonna say. Buffy is asleep on the chair. All right. Oz is in his cage. Buffy's asleep on the chair. Giles comes in, not yelling at Buffy in the same way he yelled at Xander for almost doing the exact same. But she was right past that. He didn't wake him up. He was awake or whatever, and he said he woke up and there was Oz. Buffy's dead asleep, and he goes over and says, "Oh, I didn't even think you knew how to use the index card thing." You know, how's that
Exactly,
for new?
man. He like that's what I'm
Ridiculous.
telling you, man. He hates this kid. He hates him.
Yeah,
He hates him like with a passion, even though he saved his life. Because that's exactly what she did, and he let it go.
yeah.
Also,
Giles,
too,
come on, be better, Giles, be better.
she probably does have a harder job and a more time consuming job. She is the Slayer.
Sure, that's true. That's fair. Now, he knows there's a couple of books, including the ones about a Catholic and stuff like that. Then she asks Giles if about this dream that she had, where Angel has come back. It's a super vivid dream and stuff like that. Is it possible that he could ever come back? He says, "Well, I always wished the same thing about Jenny after she dies. So we get your little Jenny shout outs. So there you go, Ferris."
R.I.P. Jenny.
Yes. Well, yeah. Yeah. All right, fine.
Not a big fan of Jenny.
I'll agree. She could have said. She could have said. And also, the curse thing was ridiculous. Anyways, let's go on.
Yo, man, you can't get mad at the gypsies for cursing that man.
No, I just said that's the worst. The worst one, and she has to go and uphold a curse or whatever that they gave to this guy 100 years before. The curse he can't ever be happy. Like, all right, then why'd you make him a human in the first place? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Anyways, we talked about this on the show. The show
it's kind of a bad curse. It's kind of a bad curse. Yeah, because he could have tried to find happiness and got his soul back, got his soul dead, But I understand the curse because that man deserved to be cursed. That monster, what I mean. But they should have chosen a better curse.
It could have been a better one. Anyway, so could have been a better one. Like they could have had,
or they could have given him back his soul.
Yeah, he could. It could have been like he could try every time he tried to drink blood, he'd puke and he couldn't do it and stuff like that. I don't know. There's got to be a better way.
Or they could have given back his soul, but to undo the soul, it could have been better than him finding true happiness, which apparently is in the bed of his high school lover.
Yeah, his underaged
high school lover.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Buffy asks if there's any way that Angel could come back and stuff like that, and he says, "Well, there's these hell dimensions, and the time moves differently there. She knows of this just from a couple episodes when she was in good old Los Angeles, and she was at family home. Now he says that so it's probably reasonable that he's been down there for hundreds of years in his time, tortured the entire way and stuff like that. He says that
justifiably.
He said anyone who would survive that and have any semblance of self would have to have an extraordinary will and character. You know what I mean? They're trying to pump Angel's tires here before he comes back. And then whoever goes back would probably be a monster, because there's no way someone could actually go through all that stuff and just come back and be fine. You know what I mean? Then he describes two different types of monsters here, Varys. One, the one that can't be redeemed or wouldn't want to be. You know what I mean? Second, one being void of humanity, unresponsive to reason or love. I was like, yeah, it sounds like the same person, if you ask me. They're both monsters.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So, okay. Willow shows up. She's got donuts. God bless her heart. Oz wakes up.
Donuts.
Willow tells her that her fact-finding mission was, inconclusive. Buffy doesn't take this well. Starts peppering her with some questions. Giles has to tell her to ease up here a little bit. She apologizes, to her credit, Ferris, I would say. And then she has to go. Goes to the lunchroom. She goes and sits with Scott, Debbie, and good old Pete. The three guys, probably going to be good guys. You would imagine. You know what I mean? Keeps complaining that Mr. Platt is a quack. Buffy says she likes him. Scott tells her she looks great, and even though she had no sleep, that makes her look even better. So whatever.
Mhm.
I'm a little uncomfortable with that for Buffy, and she's weighing. She has this thing with Scott, and then there's the whole angel thing. But then again, there's that whole angel thing. So yikes. Anyways, he says that what she says is sweet, and then she's got to leave. She does a lot of leaving in this episode. Pete calls her a manic depressive, which is, I don't know. He's met her twice, and she said
He's an asshole. He's kind of an asshole.
What, Pete?
Yeah.
How dare you? He
Yeah.
seems so nice. Well, let's see what
Yeah.
happens in the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
Let's see if you're right. Now she goes back to the mansion. Angel's a little calmer now, and then asks if he understands her. He's just grunting and snarling. She touches him. He jumps away, snarling, doing that vampire snarl. But he doesn't try and attack her. So maybe a little better. You know what I mean? Pete and Debbie sneak off to a storage area. And they have a lot of these unlocked storage areas throughout campus, it seems, Ferris. Debbie, they start making out. Debbie's a little on edge, but where they're making out, it seems, she wants to keep Pete away from this one area. There's one area that seems to have a nearly empty jar of this glowing green liquid, Ferris. It's only two things. A, evil magic potion.
Absolutely.
Or B, Mountain Dew. And I don't know which one's worse.
The Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I would imagine Mountain Dew, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, terrible. Anyways.
There goes that sponsorship.
Well, we'll all save ourselves diabetes. Okay. He asks her, "Oh, did you drink this?" She says, "No." He wants to know what's going on here. So, there's no questions. Maybe Debbie's that monster. You never know. Now, Buffy enters, I wanted to say poor Mr. Platt's office. I guess it's basically the case. Poor Mr. Platt's office. Tells him not to turn around, of course, and just listen. This is where she admits that she needs help, which is a mature thing for her to say. She says she's scared, but what's the circumstances of what's going on. She notices now that his cigarette is just one big, long, curly ash. And then we get to see that Mr. Platt's face has been horribly mutilated.
Dude, it was so disturbing. They just ripped out his right eye, like clawed it off.
Here's a couple of questions. Like, supposedly he dies quick, you would imagine. He dies so quick that he never even bothered moving his cigarette. He's just like, I'm just going to sit here and take it.
Probably, it's probably
just for the bit. I'm going to take it.
Yeah, rigor mortis.
Yeah, and also his face was healed. That's the other. I don't think your face heals like that when you die. There's that whole thing about your cells not living anymore. Anyways, that was the ash thing. Like I'm gonna get I'm bugged by that ash is still there or whatever. I get it, but it's not great. So, anyways, speaking of not great, Ferris, not great scene. Let's admit that. When we go back to the storage place, Pete's now agitated about how the jar's contents disappeared. Debbie says she was trying to get rid of it. She says she wants to help him since he knows how he gets when he drinks it. He says he doesn't need it anymore and smashes it. Smashes some other jars. He even says that even if she dumped everything, it wouldn't help her because all it takes is her. And then he morphs into the lamest Hulk you've ever seen. Yeah, I don't mind that and stuff. Like that's a whole '90s thing. Like if you've ever seen Army of
Yeah.
Darkness or whatever, that's what
Yeah.
it happens. But yeah, just a look.
I just can't believe I
and stuff
got that
like
sound bar. I got that sound effect right.
yeah, it was pretty bang on. You
Yeah.
could be a Foley artist yourself or
Yeah.
whatever.
Thank you.
Be like that guy from Police Academy. Yeah. He blames her for making him create the formula so he could be the man she wanted.
Yeah.
This is all so obviously I think
Textbook abuser.
yeah,
Textbook abuser thingy.
I'm going to say this. I don't think I don't think Pete's right in the head,
No, I
Ferris.
don't think so either.
No, I think
I think he's a tad bit crazy.
maybe he's manic depressive.
Mhm.
Anyways, he accuses her of fooling around with other guys and taunting him.
I think he called her a whore. He's like, "You're a whore."
Yeah,
Yeah.
she denies it, but he slaps her, pushes her down, then asks if her shrink was there to piss him off, and slaps her
Mhm.
again. And tells her that Mr. Platt won't be listening to her anymore. So, we're starting to piece some things together here now. I guess Ferris says she's like he's all that she's got.
Mhm.
Ferris, it's isolating and stuff like that. Just another huge thing for abuse. Not great. He then morphs back into himself, blames her for
Yep.
making him mad.
Mhm.
She accepts that responsibility and consoles him, rocks him, consoling him. Ferris. Not good.
Nope.
Not good.
A relationship broken beyond repair.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this right now, and I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, but I think Pete's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he is, Rob. I think you're
I don't want to
bingo
be
on the
telling any
money.
tales outside,
Yeah,
but
no.
that Pete is a piece of shit. Anyways, Giles is in the library, filling in Faith, Buffy, and Willow with the coroner's findings about Mr.
Mhm.
Platt. This is very fast for the coroner to do this.
Yeah.
And then me considered him pureed. Ferris, we got to say, I wouldn't say pureed.
No, it wasn't pureed. It wasn't even,
Mangled, maybe. I think
yeah,
is that
mangled definitely. Definitely
yeah.
mangled.
So he also says he was killed shortly before Buffy found him, which
Mhm.
is again weird considering how scabbed he looked. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And also, it's nice that not one person blamed Buffy for this murder. So we're at a turning
Yeah.
point for Buffy. She's not the go-to accused anymore, which is good.
No.
She's turned that corner.
Where's the principal? Because he's always there when something bad happens.
Yeah, doesn't show at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't show at all. Anyways, Will is now audibly excited that it happened. It couldn't possibly be Oz now. It happened during the day.
A kill in the day monster.
The group's a little chagrined at first and stuff like that, but of course Buffy's going to cut her a little bit of slack with this. Now, speaking of Oz, he's waiting to give Debbie some notes that he promised, if you remember right. They're in the big, huge. What would you call that here? Over by the fountains in the court. The quad is yeah, sure. She runs up and apologizes for being late. Of course, he notices her black eye. She's been trying to cover it with her hair, but to no avail. She blames it on being klutzy. I once had a doctor call me an effing klutz to my face.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, Rob, that's hurtful.
Well, in his defense, I've broken every single one of my toes at least once. I broke my foot, sprained my ankles a couple of times. Yeah, I can be a bit of a klutz. So there you go. Oz is obviously suspicious that the old tripping and hitting the doorknob things a little bit or whatever. He knows, and we get to see that he's being watched from up above. Debbie tries to take off. Oz puts his hand on her friendly style, just asks if she wants to talk.
Mm-hmm.
She just thanks him for the notes and leaves. But
I've tripped and hit a doorknob once.
So
Actually.
Tanya's youngest or oldest kid used to run around and run into corners all the time. And the I guess as kindergarten or preschool or whatever were getting a little concerned by the bruises, so they brought Tanya in to talk about it.
Oh,
And,
they accused her of child abuse.
yeah, Brendan started running around and ran into the corner. So it's like they say, "Oh, okay, now we get it." Yeah, this kid's a goddamn.
Like, so you're not beating your children. You can have a nice day, Tanya.
No, your kids are just slow. They're
Yeah.
just slow. Yeah.
So
Anyways,
fast.
yeah. To say that Pete doesn't look thrilled by this whole Oz Debbie interaction is a little bit of an understatement, I would say. You know, he has that douchebag look on his face. Go back to the library. Giles tells them that they're looking for a depraved, sadistic animal.
Present.
Oh boy. Yeah, shows up. Willow lets him know that he's in the clear. Happy days. Giles wishes they had more time to celebrate here, and yes, if there's anything that Jeff or Mr. Platt would have had in common, Oz immediately says, "Well, Debbie." And of course, they'll know how would Giles know who Debbie is or whatever. He just says Debbie, and who likes Debbie? And anyways, he tells them that she knew Jeff from jazz band and had been going to see Mr. Platt as well. Then tells them about her black eye. The pieces are just falling into place here. There's unfortunately. Willow assumes Debbie killed them. Buffy is the only one who, suggests, well, Pete, it's not the crazy. Pete's probably the guy that did it. So once again, the gang splits up to cover more ground. Giles and Faith pair up. So does Buffy and Willow. Oz just heads back to the cage. It must be close to 4:00 in the afternoon or whatever time.
5:30.
Sundown. I just wanted to make it lower. I wanted to make it like every time say it's like 3:30 in the afternoon, like here in the winter time. Ridiculous. It doesn't take long for Buffy and Will to find Debbie, though. It takes her literally seconds. It's like we're just going to go to the girls' washroom once again. A Buffy the Vampire Slayer episode has the scene in the women's washroom. She is the practice. Beth, we're talking about Buffy. Buffy has a little practice, in using makeup to hide bruises and stuff like that. So Buffy gives her a tip. Just don't get hit. That's the best way to cover up those bruises. Don't let them happen in the first place.
Yep.
Debbie says she doesn't know anything, but Buffy's not playing. People are dying out here. Ferris, goodness gracious. Debbie tells him it's not Pete's fault. It's hers. For making him crazy, for goodness sakes. Buffy's now sure Pete is different from other guys. Debbie tries to leave. Buffy stops her. I know. I wasn't a huge fan of when Buffy grabs her here too. You're dealing with an abused person here and stuff like that, and to put your hands on her, force her to do something isn't a good look either. She doesn't want to help though, Debbie. Because, she's been beaten. All that sense of self has been beaten out of her. But Buffy and Willow tell her time's running out here. Got to get something done. We go back to the mansion. Angel breaks free, and that little wiry thing was not going to hold a chained up Angel for long. We all knew that. So we then see Buffy again, asking now again where Pete is. Debbie won't tell. Buffy grabs her, makes her look at herself in the mirror, tells her that anyone who actually loves her would never be able to do that to her. Debbie asks if they'll take him someplace. She can't do that to him. Like Buffy says, he's going to take him someplace. Buffy says 2 people are dead. Who's going to be next here, Ferris? So, of course, on cue, we cut to the library. And Pete asking Oz, since when do you touch my girl? So this can't be good. Oz tell him this isn't a good time. Pete, not a good time, buddy. Pete accuses him of putting the moves on Debbie. Oz warns him about the cage, and that when the sun goes down, things are going to be different around there, Ferris. You know what I mean?
Yep. At
Pete,
5:30.
Pete says he'll be dead before then, which isn't good.
No, you don't want to be killed before dinner.
No, yeah, before even 5:30. That would spoil people's appetites, and things will happen now that they're not just not going to believe, but as he does, he turns into that impotent vampire looking guy and stuff. It looks like a vampire, just that doesn't get the nose stuff. Anyways, he tears the door off the cage here and throws Oz to the ground. Then we see a broken Debbie, rocking back and forth, repeating that he does love me, he does love me. Buffy leaves to go find Pete, who's currently once again punching Oz, accusing him of trying to kiss that whore. And then if she liked it, then he tackles Oz again. That was a good-looking tackle onto the stairs and stuff like that too.
Nice form tackle, man. No, it wasn't a tackle. It was kind of an overthrow. He threw him over.
Like yeah, but just the way that the Oz's stunt guy, because you could clearly see it's a stunt guy land on the stairs with the feet and stuff like that to take all this. I just like that follows look good. Oz kicks him off, and then sees the sun. Now fully behind the clouds at night. So time's up. Rules change. And we get a little wolf attack action here, Ferris. What do you think of the new, maybe improved werewolf here?
I love it. You can see the accents. It has more of a darker mane. Makeup's on point. Big fan.
It's not static. That was the thing. I like when you first introduced it when it has like the muzzle and stuff like that. It would just kind of have the one expression. That's it. And there's no rule that has to say a werewolf has to look like a wolf. It can look like the rest of it and have the face closer to what a man would look like. I really like the look of the werewolf, but I think the show gets some shit for it every once in a while. Anyways, it's good. So, and also that he's more to scale. He doesn't grow or something like that. He's more Oz size, maybe more feral than Oz.
Yes.
Has maybe
definitely has some type of
more
disease.
energy. Yeah.
Some rabies, possibly.
Yeah. It looks unique. Anyways. So they fight. Oz ends up biting this guy. Now, he doesn't turn into a werewolf right away. I think they say that you have to wait until the next full moon. But having the Hulk be a werewolf would not be cool. So anyways, the gang hears Pete screaming, so they run for the library. For some reason, Willow's brought Debbie down there. I have no idea why she would do that.
I have no idea why.
Buffy grabs the dart gun. She aims it at Oz. And Debbie thinks she's going to try and shoot Pete, so she bumps into Buffy. Gun goes off. Gets goddamn
right in the keister.
Gets Giles.
Right in the keister.
He gets to say, "Oh, bloody priceless," then fall unconscious. So you know what I'm going to do, Bears? Because we don't get to do it often enough. I'm going to put that on the board. Times Giles gets knocked out. Number 8. Congratulations, Giles. At least this one shouldn't give you CTE. Now, Oz runs off. Buffy gives Faith the trank gun, goes tells her to go chase after him. Willow follows Buffy. Willow follows Faith. Buffy goes for Pete. Gets a couple of good shots in before he pushes a book stack on her.
Yes.
That seems to always happen.
That's their go-to move. Just drop a bunch of books on her.
Bolt down the stacks. You should have learned. Anyways, he runs through school. He finds another window at the top of by the ceiling or whatever. He gets to climb up some lockers, gets out of there. We get to see Oz running on all fours. I think that was fun.
That was pretty cool looking.
Faith and Willow are following him. Pete finds Debbie in the storage area. Why would Debbie just go back to the storage area? Ridiculous. She tells him that she stopped Buffy from shooting him. She tells him that Buffy knows and that he's got to leave Sunnydale. He wants to know how Buffy knew, though. And if she told her, you know what I mean? Debbie says no, but he pushes her down again. Calls her a screw-up and a waste of space. Here, Ferris. Buffy notices the blood near the window.
What a lovely chap.
Oh, this guy. Now Buffy has noticed the window. We see Oz get to the cafeteria, then turn and attack Faith. Buffy's now climbed out the window. For some reason, it's kind of just hanging out there. She drops down, and literally the storage place is within like 4 steps away from there.
Yeah, this is the one where there's a bunch of blood, right?
Yeah, there's some blood.
trail.
Yeah, there's like 5 or 6 things, and yeah, the door is like right there. So she walks in. Unfortunately, she finds Debbie's body lying there first. So he kills her, and at least the show had the decency not to show that, because it's awful. That's awful.
Yeah, we didn't see any. We didn't see any of the people die.
Well, you kind of get to see Pete. So, spoilers. So then Pete does attack her from behind. And now we get to see Faith fighting off Oz, telling Willow to find the gun. Willow won't do that, but she will just run up and grab Oz's tail. Trying to hightail it out of there. Oz is chasing after her. Yeah. One good shot by Faith, and Oz is down for the count. That's a good trank. Like he stopped.
And they got
he was out.
Some horse tranquilizers in that, because he dropped like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah, he is in dreamland. Meanwhile, we see Buffy saying, getting beat up now by Pete. He's saying, "You're all the same." And she kicks him off. Then the door bursts open, and we hear a demonic snarl that we've heard for the last little while here. Ferris?
Yep, absolutely.
Angel has arrived. He gets in a couple of shots, but Pete just gets the upper hand again, starts knocking around Angel, takes him down, then turns his attention towards Buffy. But Angel, I guess, recovers really quick, wraps that chain around good old Pete's throat. One neck snap later, and we're down one douchebag in the world. Thank goodness. The man wasn't a demon, but as satisfying a death on this show there has yet to be. I think.
He wasn't a demon; he was just a man.
Yeah, which is worse.
Which sometimes is worse.
Which can be 100% worse. So he turns back into human form when this happens, and he even looks even douchier dead. Angel's starting to calm down now. We get to see his Angel's human face once again. He says, "Buffy," he can speak now. There's Buffy again. He drops down on his knees. He's holding her. She starts crying. She's mouth open agog by this Ferris. She's 17, but she's had a lot to deal with, I'll say.
Absolutely. I think
you know what I'll say? She's had a unique summer.
Absolutely.
The next day, the news is out about Pete and Debbie. Pete took some of the rumors. Pete took 8 iced cafe mochas. Would that do it to you?
I think it was 8. I think it was like 8. Well, he said like 8 mochas, and it was plus something.
Yeah, well, that was one rumor. I'm just saying.
8 iced cafe
iced
mochas.
Cafe mochas. Yeah. I've drank in a pot of coffee. I never killed anybody.
Yeah, it doesn't make me.
Never mind two people.
It doesn't make me murderous. Yeah, it doesn't make me murderous.
One that he took all of his mother's birth control pills. I thought was fun.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would have made him a monster. Anyways.
And then Cordy's like, "It's a monster." I didn't know
he was a monster. Where's she been? Yeah, that's why. Not only Xander, but everyone loves Cordy for her that.
No, and then she's wrapping her head around how this wasn't like a vampire or a monster. It was just a regular old dude being a piece of shit.
Yeah, they found his journal about he was making how he made a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde potion.
Yes,
I'm sure if they had found it that they should destroy that. The government does weird things with stuff like that. Although we never get to see them again. Like if they would have caught this guy, they would have used him for evil, just like the Invisible Girl, which we never get to see again. Get it? Never get to see. The Invisible Girl.
Okay.
Dude.
Yeah, like I like how you remember like I think a couple episodes in season 1 where like just random dudes in suits just showed up once or twice.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that kind of threw me off.
They're in the government.
Yeah.
We see Scott. Buffy goes to go talk to him.
Mhm.
Mind you, his two buddies, like one was murdered by the other. The other
Yeah.
one murdered after murdering 3 people.
That could do some stuff to you.
Yeah, he's fine. He says,
Yeah.
I'm going to be okay. I mean, he makes it to school. He says we were friends before we even started school, but
Exactly.
I'm going to be just fine. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, oh my god. Anyways, she says that you never really know what's going on inside someone,
Mhm.
even if you really care about them. You know what I mean? It's pretty deep stuff
Yeah.
for a guy that just had his 2 friends die. So the episode ends with Buffy once again narrating from Call of the Wild.
Wild.
Yeah,
I may have to
Wild's
finally
gonna
read that
call.
book. We should Rob, me and you should read that book.
You want to read that book? I read that book when I was in school. It takes place in Canada. Ferris, your favorite place. But I think it's an
Oh,
American author. I think Jack London's an American author. And didn't they just do a movie with like Harrison Ford and the CGI dog?
yes. Yeah, because
Maybe
they couldn't.
we should review that movie.
Yeah, you know what? Why not? Because I think they CGI'd everything.
And yeah,
Harrison Ford wasn't out there in the woods. The man's like what 75?
yeah.
Yeah, something like yes, I know.
No, he's in his 80s, I think. Anyways,
You know he's married to Ally McBeal.
oh, do I ever know that?
Oh, so you do know that?
Yeah,
Oh,
of course. Did you know that his ex-wife wrote E.T.? Yeah.
Which
So
ex-wife?
his first ex-wife, maybe second, the one that he had for a very long time.
Marie Marcourt.
Sure,
Marcourt.
I guess so.
Or Melissa Matheson.
Probably Melissa Matheson. There you go.
Because he was married to them for a long time.
Yeah. Well, he's been with good old Ally McBeal for a long time too. Now he just crashes planes and he's the Hulk now. And what are you gonna do? Anyways, after all that lighthearted romp, Ferris got that one out of the way. But next time, all right, it's one of my all-time favorite episodes. We'll say this. Let's see. We get the debut of someone anticipated for a little while. We do get what I think is one of the most despicable storylines in Buffy history, though, as well. So, good and bad. But the major thing is, it will be next week, Ferris. Slayer Fest 98. And it's Buffy versus Cordy. Oh my God. It can't get any better than that. Homecoming next weekend, or next week, Ferris. I love it. These next 2 episodes. Are there 2 better back-to-back episodes in this series? I'm not sure. But Ferris, it's been damn good to have you back on the show. Been looking forward to having you.
Absolutely, Rob. Happy to be here, man.
Now, I know that you've been a busy man. Well, you've been gone for the show. But have you had any time to show up on any other shows here on the Let's Get Ready Network? Is there anything else going on in Ferrisland?
Yes, I'm usually on our sports channel. Let's Get Ready Network, the highlights.
Sure.
Every Friday, 3:00 Pacific, 6:00 Eastern, live or pre-taped. We do Good Friends, Better Rivals, where we talk NFC East. And then every Thursday, 3:00, I do the Fantasy Football Roundup for our Fantasy Football Show, which is accessible through our coffee page. So join us to our coffee.com/LGR_network. It's like Patreon, but better.
Sure.
We don't charge you the fees like they want to charge you the fees.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also on a smattering of the post-credit shows. I show up on occasion on the Penguin one. The post-credit show is our instant review reaction to the latest hot new show. We did one for Rings of Power season 2. We're doing a one for Agatha All Along on Disney, and we're doing one for Penguin.
I think they're actually going to start up a couple other new ones as well. So yeah, they've been doing a lot through that. That looks like it's a lot of fun. I really like Agatha. I've only seen the one episode of the Penguin, but I really like that one as well. I need to see more of it.
Or in the great words of Benedict Cumberbatch, the Penguin.
Penguin.
The Penguin.
Penguin. Penguin.
Penguin. So he narrated a nature documentary. He couldn't say the word penguin. It's pretty funny.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Too good. Let's see. As for me, Let's Get Ready Network after Snark weekends. Danny and I just finished one last week, but I have important reunion stuff to do this weekend, so it won't be on, or there won't be a Let's Get Ready Network this weekend. As you watch this, as it airs, this what it would be the
Thursday.
was that the 17th? Be the
Yes.
17th of October as this thing airs. No LGRN after Snark this weekend, but the next weekend I believe there will be. Let's see. Starting 11 over on the highlights, the English Premier League show that we do here. Starting 11. Listen to that soothing voice. What? Was that Cumberbatch? Anyways, that's the show I do with Adelia about the Premier League. Ferris, you've been on quite a few times yourself. Thank you for that. That we had the week up because of the international break, but coming back this week, we'll talk about everything that happened. Premier League. Chelsea has to play Liverpool with a bunch of players out.
Oof.
And suspension, not ideal, but Chelsea has been in fine form this year. And
We got Bournemouth this weekend.
Yeah, I think Arsenal is going to be fine. Arsenal should be fine this week. Bournemouth, yeah, you guys are going to win by 2. So, what else we got? Oh, we've done playoff beards. We've the NHL season now in full swing. Ryan and I did our season predictions. Looking like my predictions for the Jets to do well. Doing pretty good, Ferris. Of course, they've only played 3 games, but they're on pace for the perfect season. So here we go. Probably going to happen.
Let's go Kraken.
Guys, thank you very much for
just
watching.
Kraken. That's crazy.
Oh my God. Following along with Ferris and I here on the Rewatchers Council. Until next time, everybody. Homecoming next time. Oh my God. So excited. Guys, I want to say thank you. And as I say en français, bye-bye.
Oui.
If soon as I hit the right thing.